Today we're touring 3 beautiful properties by Blue Heron, ranging from $10 million to $15 million. We call this a caravan. At Las Vegas Sotheby's International Realty, we host our own caravan where we feature our newest listings to our agents. Today, we're doing a very special caravan featuring 3 Blue Heron homes, and I'd like to reintroduce everyone to Andrew Kennedy, Director of Innovation and Strategy of Blue Heron. Andrew, thank you so much for joining us today.
Thank you.
How's it going?
Great.
Good.
Yeah.
Our 3rd video together?
Is it 3rd now?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And if you haven't watched the 1st and the 2nd video, make sure you do. But today, Andrew is going to give us a tour of all the 3 properties here, starting in Ascaya and then ending in McDonald Highlands. So the first property is called Egress. It's at 8 Chisel Crest, and we're located in Ascaya. Tell us about Egress.
This home is 7,000 square feet. 5-car garage, 5-bedroom, and 7-bathroom. This house is situated on one of the higher roads in Ascaya, Chisel Crest, with amazing strip views unlike any other site. This house is architecturally significant because of how we use the site, and the architecture informs and how it relates to the views around it. The architecture behind us is very unique with large angular forms that look like fractures emerging from the ground.
Yeah, super cool.
Yeah,
so let's talk about this circular driveway for starters, and we're going to take you into the house. So Andrew, talk to us about this circular driveway. What was the intent here? Obviously, for car enthusiasts, this is like a dream, right?
Yep, and as we can tell, we have a good example here today. So
yes.
One of the big things is creating that grand entry and that grand experience. So we have a large roundabout, which is great for hosting events, parties, extra car storage. And what we really wanted to do was drive the entry experience.
Yes.
So you could picture, hosting events, everyone being dropped off right at the entry that brings you in, while still keeping your private car collection kind of off to the side and in its own designated place.
Absolutely. So let's just take a moment to kind of walk down here, right? So we have additional parking space leading to the garage doors, right?
Correct.
How many cars can we park here total, you think?
Here in the bays, we can store 5 cars.
Okay.
But you can comfortably store an additional 3 cars in front of the garage bays. And then, of course, if you're ever entertaining and having guests over, you have plenty more to fit on the entry.
So this is great for entertaining, plenty of car space for any car enthusiasts. I know you are one too, so This is kind of a dream, right?
Yeah, no. This and all Blue Heron properties are great for car enthusiasts.
Amazing, amazing. So talk to us about this entrance. I mean, from the entrance, it's like all these sharp lines. It's a big wow factor.
It is a big wow factor, and these architectural forms and lines are really meant to draw you into the home. They really emerge out of the ground, very large cantilevers and angles that really draw your interest in.
Yeah.
And one of the fun features is, how do we incorporate biophilic design into the architecture? So using all these different moments and fractures and stone to highlight different plants and species throughout really makes it an interesting entry experience.
Absolutely. Can you talk to us about this textured tile or stone that we have here?
Yes, of course. So this is oyster gray stone that's throughout the home.
Okay.
And one of the big key features, especially once we get inside, is how do we incorporate that stone from wrapping from the outdoors in?
Wow, can't wait. And then talk to us about this. I think we talked about it at VM1, our first video, but you're kind of, what is it called, condensing the entrance. Can you talk to us about that?
Yeah, so here we like to condense the entrance, really take all of the outdoor elements, everybody, whether they're coming home from a business meeting or out on the strip, how do you really take that energy away, hone in on entering a home and really scaling down that environment, and then reopening yourself into the grandeur of your home. So this element is really meant to bring that essence of home, bring a little bit essence of privacy, and then re-engage you back into the essence of home.
That's amazing. So we're going to condense everybody here, right? Through this entrance to the pivot door. And I could already see the beautiful strip view.
Yes.
Absolutely a statement. And what else is going on here in the courtyard?
Yeah, so this centralized courtyard is a space that not only brings in light and shadow and reintroduce the architectural forms, but it also allows for the spaces around us to centralize.
Yes.
So to the left is a bedroom that has, beautiful views into the courtyard, and then to the right we have the gym space as well. So it allows even rooms that are, typically not allowing views or views into the outdoor spaces.
Yeah.
We're making sure that every space in this home has direct connections to nature and the outside.
Amazing. All the natural light you could feel in this space is like so much good energy.
Yes.
Right? Okay, we're gonna go through this pivot door into the home. Talk to us about this entrance area.
So this entrance experience is very unique and one of a kind. Right now we're standing at the entry of the home, and what you'll notice right away is, the raised dining area, the large architectural wall that ties the spaces together. This dining room was purposefully raised to create an essence of, its own separate space, but still focus on entertaining and how you can tie all of those different areas together. One of the great things is that, we study a lot about views and making sure that we have all those perfect angles and moments. So whether you're sitting at the dining table or you're sitting at the couch, or even if you're in the bedroom behind us looking through the courtyard, all spaces have direct views to the strip view.
Amazing.
As we know, that's our ocean here.
Yes, that is our ocean here, you guys. The strip view, the fabulous Las Vegas strip view. And we have biophilic design as we come inside.
Correct.
You want to talk about what that is for people that have not seen it before?
Of course. So biophilic design, there's a lot of different modalities and how it's approached, but in short, biophilic design is the connection to nature and how it enhances your life. We all originated from, being out in nature. Having that invoked into home is actually a key part of your life. So a lot of those different modalities is having plants and actual materials around you, natural materials such as wood and stone throughout, the sound of fire and the visuals of fire and the sound of water. All of those are key components of tying you back to that natural element.
Absolutely. So we have our own irrigation system inside the house.
Yes. Yep.
That's pretty cool.
Yeah, no need to water them all. They'll all be taken care for you.
Yes, amazing. Wonderful. So yeah, the raised dining space, very unique. This is a one of a kind. I haven't seen anything like this before. And then what do we have over here? Kitchen and the great room.
Yeah, so kitchen and great room, great layout for entertaining. You can see how a lot of those architectural forms of those angles and fractures are carried into the actual interior of the home as well, such as this large, beautiful island space. And then, of course, that opens us out into the backyard. So the backyard ties in directly into the great room. And one of the key elements, of course, is fire. So we have a beautiful open flame fireplace that looks as if the stone above it is floating.
Yeah.
And it really starts to ground the space architecturally.
So let's talk about the kitchen. A lot of people love the kitchen space. So behind us, this is the refrigerator and the freezer, right?
Yep.
Yeah, okay. And then we have plenty of cabinets here, Wolf appliances. Can you talk to us about this beautiful stone quartzite?
Yeah, so this is a beautiful leathered quartzite.
Okay.
Super durable, natural material. And then what we love about it is that it's very easy to clean and it has a nice little texture to it that's very unique.
It does. And I love how you carried it all the way to the backsplash.
Yes.
It's beautiful. And then over here you have your Wolf gas stove here. And then you have your dishwasher, I think your trash pullout, and your oven.
Yep.
But yeah, this kitchen area is really intimate. And I love that you have that view of the open space here. I know you mentioned, Andrew, about that open flame fireplace, but let's talk about it a little bit more. I mean, it emits a lot of heat, right? Because it's opened as well.
Yes.
But the fact that you can see the flames like dancing like this, it's so dramatic. And yeah, it's really, really warm.
Yeah, no, it's really warm. It's nice to have that open flame. It really connects you back into that biophilic design. One of the key elements of fire is using it as a social gathering tool. You know, you can picture yourself when you're out in the forest and cooking s'mores and really intimate, family environment.
Yes.
What we found is incorporating open flame heat actually helps you just resonate more in that feeling of family and having conversations and a communal essence.
Absolutely.
So.
This is really, really cool. And this oyster stone here that's wrapped around.
Yes. And then this is the primary suite for the home. So beautifully integrated into the architecture. A lot of those natural elements are still pulling in, such as the oyster gray stone.
This one?
Yep. Beautiful Da Vinci fireplace. Again, adding that element of biophilic design throughout. And then, of course, what's a primary suite without a little wet bar?
Yes.
So small mini fridge, sink integrated throughout.
Beautiful.
But overall, a beautiful size space. And then, of course, it has a view of its own as well.
Yeah. And let's talk about these pocket sliders for a second. And they're automated as well. So they just disappear into the wall. And it's a structural feature. Right?
Structural feature, and again, it's about connecting yourself to nature. I can't imagine myself any other morning than waking up here, having the pocket doors open, coffee in hand, really enjoying my mornings here.
Yeah, that's a dream, you guys. For $10 million, call Kaori right now. Talk to us about this quartzite. I mean, every quartzite you have is so unique, and I've never seen like this coloring before.
Again, beautiful quartzite slab. This one has very unique black veining throughout, but again, another very unique stone slab piece, and our team is great at hand selecting every single piece.
Absolutely beautiful. Let's see if this is carried through somewhere else in the primary bathroom. So we have our floating sink. This is unique.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, floating sink and vanity. True integrated trough sink. Not just is it the main house and the primary, the bathroom, every little piece of a Blue Heron home is thoughtfully designed.
And we have our glass, but you still have the views.
Yes.
Right? And I know there is a shade that comes down if you want privacy. So if you don't want privacy and you want the views, you could open it up and see the views.
Yes.
Even from your steam shower.
Yes.
Floating tub, 2 water closets, a little vanity area, and then taking you into the closet. Wow, this closet's beautiful, and you've got that quartzite here as well.
Yes, the quartzite carried throughout, a beautiful, nicely sized closet system.
Yes.
I think it's just waiting for a home.
Yeah, not too small, not too big, right?
No.
Yes, I think this is the perfect size. Of course, there's people that want larger, so that's something we could talk about. But yeah, there's been some homes that have smaller closets, but this is a perfect size.
Yep, no, great size, especially for the size of the house.
Yes, and I love the LED lights you have. That's pretty cool. And these all open up, right?
Yes.
Okay, let's check it out. Nice. So that's the primary suites on the left-hand side of the home. And now we're going to go to the right-hand side of the home.
Correct.
Yes.
On this side of the home, right off the entry, we have dedicated office space.
Yes, that's glass enclosed.
Yes.
Yeah.
One of the wonderful things about this office
Yes.
is that it's right off the entry. You're able to invite guests into your home, but not into your private spaces. And again, one of the big things is, of course, as we mentioned earlier, is
Yes.
our ocean. So
Yes.
looking right out of your view,
Wow.
you have the strip. So
Amazing.
perfectly framed between the oyster gray stone.
Yes.
You know, the second floor of this home, you get that
Yeah.
full picture view of this.
Yeah. And I love the biophilic design. Again, you've got your inside and then that turf outside and then even additional layers of this beautiful desert landscaping that we can see. And then, of course, the pool.
Yes. And that's a key term for us is layers.
Mm-hmm.
We're going to hire you.
Okay. I'm hired. Layering, yes.
Is layering. So creating those layers of biophilic design and
Yes.
nature, bringing it into your home. And you hit it right nail on the head is, creating those layers of plant elements and how do we bring
Beautiful.
those in with layers of glass.
But, like you mentioned, it's like, you have the oyster walls that's kind of like, again, condensing in a little bit, right? And just really framing that panoramic strip view, especially at nighttime. I don't know if I could work in here. Can you?
It might be a little distracting.
Distracting. Yeah. Awesome. But very nice. I love that it's glass enclosed, so you have the privacy, but people can see that you're inside as
Correct.
well.
For me, this is one of my favorite rooms in the house is the media room.
Yes.
So here our team thoughtfully designed of, how can we make a media room engaging, a little bit moody,
Yeah.
something that feels kind of different from the house.
Okay.
So this space, a little bit darker, a little bit
Yes.
cozier,
Yes.
but still wonderful, beautiful, elegant materials throughout.
Yeah. So let's talk about all these different materials because we have so many, right? So we've got wood paneling here, and then we have bronze mirror, and then we have your oyster stone. But even like the lines of how this is so dramatic,
Right.
right? Like someone cut in through these walls.
Yes.
Right? Amazing. And then you've lowered the ceiling here,
Yes.
and we have Venetian plaster.
Yes, we have Venetian plaster that carries the outside stucco through. So again, it's all about creating that visual line from indoor to outdoor.
Amazing. And then we have, bronze mirror finish all the way so you can see and enjoy the views from every angle.
Right.
This is a beautiful quartzite again.
Yes.
Yes.
Beautiful leathered bar top.
Yeah.
A little
Right.
bit darker and moodier in color, but with beautiful veining throughout.
Yes.
And of course, with the bronze mirror, you hinted at it, is
Yeah.
even if you're the one who's entertaining behind the bar,
Yep.
you have just as many strip views and moments that feel just as special for your guests.
Absolutely. And then, of course, over here, we have our temperature controlled wine cellar. I believe we could fit 190 bottles. Andrew, is that correct?
Yes, that is correct.
Awesome. And I even like how you incorporate the angle and the stone in here.
Yes. Yeah, no, all of the elements that you see throughout our homes, whether it's in the entry or the exterior, carrying those elements of the angles and rocks throughout really creates that cohesive feel of biophilic design.
Yes.
Another fire
Okay.
feature right outside of the media room, a great space to entertain. We have this beautiful outdoor covered area.
Yes.
As we know, Las Vegas has a lot of harsh summers, but we still want to be able to use those outdoor spaces. This is a beautifully protected area from the sun.
Yep.
And then directly adjacent, you do have an outdoor barbecue,
Yes.
pool, spa. So really this is a key outdoor area that bridges both the great room and the media room.
Yes.
For families, events, anything that you can imagine.
Yeah. Talk to us about this pool and spa.
It is a knife-edge detailed spa.
Okay.
But what we've done is that we've lowered it so it almost looks like a sheet of glass.
Yeah.
So very usable, very easy to get in and out of, but it also becomes almost like an artistic feature or a fountain in a way.
Absolutely.
So especially at night when it looks like a sheet of glass and
Yeah.
you see a little bit of the reflection of the strip and the
Beautiful.
city lights in the
Yeah.
water, it almost almost becomes a sculpture in its own.
Absolutely. And Andrew, can you remind everybody about our new water restriction and what size is our maximum for the pool?
Yes, of course. As of about a year and a half ago, there's a new restriction on water here in the Las Vegas Valley. So the water restriction is 600 square feet of surface area for pools, spas, any exterior water features. But this right here is 600 square feet.
Yeah.
And it's still expansive and plenty for everyday use.
It is. And I love how you separated the pool with the spa. A lot of people like to do it, you know, side by side, but you separate it so it looks even bigger.
Right.
And even the shape of this pool, it's so unique. It really makes it look like it's larger.
Right. Yes, it's unique, but it also still pulls the angles of the architecture, but still highly functional and really a beautiful element of this backyard.
Wonderful.
Here, this is a beautiful spot for seating, sun chairs, lounge chairs.
Lounge chairs.
Lay out in the beautiful Las Vegas sun.
Yep.
Get a tan, hop in the pool, and right back out.
You got it. All right, everybody, what do you all think about Egress? Before we go to the next home, Andrew, any last words or thoughts on Egress?
One of my favorite things about Egress is that it lives like a single-story home. Personally, I love single-story homes, but the wonderful thing about this property is it feels and lives like a single-story, but you have 2 additional bedrooms upstairs, which is great for kids, grandchildren, any guests that are coming over. So personally, I love this house for that factor.
And I also love that we're in the guard-gated community of Askaya. And a lot of people don't know this, but Askaya is all full custom homes. So it's only selective. And it's really, for me, it's all about the privacy, exclusivity. There's a lot of, you know, celebrities and executives that live in this community. So you definitely have that sense of prestige when you come into this community.
Yes.
All right. Are we ready to go to the next one?
Of course.
Okay, let's go. We've arrived at house number 2, which is Arise, 12 Chiselcrest, listed by IS Luxury. So Andrew, tell us about Arise.
So Arise is another beautiful Blue Heron home here on Chiselcrest Drive. It's 6 bedrooms, 7 bathrooms, and a beautiful, wonderful 2-story home that's very unique and one of a kind.
Amazing. Can't wait to see it.
Yes.
Okay, let's go. Let's talk about the driveway experience that we came in, right? So how many cars do we have here for parking?
So here we have another 5-bay garage.
Okay.
But one of the wonderful things about this home is it really has its own entry sequence of cars. So if somebody wants to store a couple extra vehicles, they of course have space for that as well.
Okay.
And then even the car has its own entry sequence. It has this very unique architectural form that frames the driveway.
It does.
So even whether you're coming through the front door or you're coming in every day parking your own vehicle, you feel like you're entering your own site.
Nice. Different experience than Egress with the circular driveway.
Correct.
Yeah.
Yes.
And talk to us about these vertical, what is this material made out of? Is it steel?
Yes, so these are metal louvers.
Metal louvers.
So the louvers are acting as an architectural element in very unique form on the front of the home.
Yes.
And how it's incorporating with the stone behind it. And this is only the beginning part of the entry sequence of the home.
Okay.
One of the amazing things that I love about this home is just the grandness of the entry experience.
Yes. Wow. This is a runway. This is the runway entrance to your home, and you can already see the strip view.
Yes, I already feel like there should be a red carpet here.
Absolutely. Wow.
Yes, you're framed by all these different plant elements, natural stone on the side, with this very unique grand entrance.
Beautiful.
And then of course, you know, even when you're looking down, looking through the home, you're already introducing the strip before you're even within the front door.
Yeah. What do y'all think about this runway entrance? Comment below.
And off of this entryway, we do have an office space as well.
Yep.
So again, very unique that, you know, you can invite somebody, if you're a practicing professional or if you're having guests over that you need to do business, you have your own detached office directly attached to the home.
That's amazing. That's really nice, the separation.
Yes.
Yeah. And here we are, glass pivot door into the home.
Yes.
Wow.
Yes. So right from the beginning, you're already introduced into biophilic design.
Yes.
Incorporating the natural elements in. Beautiful yuccas, you know, bringing in that river rock.
Layering.
Yes.
Yes.
Layering.
So we've got inside, outside turf and desert landscaping and the pool that's raised.
Yes.
Look at this. This is beautiful. Is it all wood paneling?
Yep. Wood paneling right above the 72-inch Da Vinci fireplace.
Beautiful.
We've incorporated bronze mirror that really makes it look like that wood mass is floating above it.
It is. It does. Yeah.
And then, of course, the space that it's in. This great room is grand, large, you know, wonderful space for entertaining, extra seating area by the floating stairs. And then, of course, the incorporating of the pocket door and directly adjacent to the beautiful raised pool. Kitchen has beautiful appliances throughout. We're still pulling a lot of those different architectural elements and textures throughout.
Yes.
This beautiful quartz countertop.
I love this.
Incorporating the angle, a little bit of a bronze metal texture throughout.
Yes.
With LED strip lighting.
Yes.
So very unique. It's not like a kitchen that you've seen before.
Right. It's a show kitchen.
Yes.
And then behind you is the fridge and the freezer.
Yep, so 72-inch fridge, 2-oven cooktop, as well as a warming drawer. And one of my favorite features of the home is the bronze backsplash.
Absolutely.
So again, whether you're entertaining or if you're cooking yourself, you know, I can imagine myself cooking here and looking at the strip view.
Yes. So I have a secret I'm going to share with you guys. Because I love the bronze mirror look as a backsplash, and I sold, you know, a Pria Oculus with it, I did it to my kitchen.
Oh, did you really? Awesome.
I don't have the strip view, but that's okay. But I can see what's going on behind me, and that just, you know, really enhances that whole space.
It really does.
There you go. If you need a contact for a bronze mirror, I have somebody. And I even love this hood, right? I mean, this is beautiful.
Yeah, so reincorporating that metal paneling into the hood, you know, it really makes it feel like a moment and a centerpiece.
Yes.
And it really kind of grounds the kitchen as a whole.
It does. It does.
Yes.
Just like a whole new world here.
Yes. Hidden panel door.
Yes.
Your kitchen gets even bigger.
Yes.
So the wonderful thing is, you know, we have a 36-inch fridge freezer combo.
Yes.
Another Wolf oven.
Yes.
As well as another dishwasher.
Wow.
And plenty of storage space.
This is great.
To really extend that kitchen. So whether you're hosting a party and you have somebody that's catering, this gives them plenty of space to do that.
This is the hiding prep area, right?
Yes.
So that's nice. So this is really a kitchen to entertain.
It really is.
Yeah.
And even if you're the one who's focusing on entertaining and you have somebody else who's catering and prepping and doing that for you, this is the home to do it.
Amazing. Definitely darker finishes here, right, Andrew? It's really cozy.
It's definitely more cozy. This home is a little bit darker in tone, and it's really playing with contrast. How do we create the dark elements with the lighter elements and really balancing that throughout?
Yeah. And then we have a step up into this formal dining space.
Yes. So beautiful formal dining space, again, right off the entry so that you're able to see guests as they come.
Yes.
And then at the other end of the table, out towards the beautiful strip view.
Yes.
And then accenting it all is, of course, the wonderful chilled wine room.
Wow. Amazing. And I just love that textured wall behind it as well.
Yes, that's a beautiful natural stone texture behind.
Okay.
And of course, incorporating a little bit of that biophilic design with the pebbles throughout.
Nice. So again, downstairs primary, is that, you know, trending right now? A lot of people requesting that right now?
Yeah, it is.
Yeah.
And it's really up to the lifestyle, but this home lives similar to the last one with it really being a single story home.
Yeah.
So behind this is a beautiful bronze pivot door.
I've never seen this.
Yes. Imagine having another entry door into your primary area with the pivot.
Okay. Wow, this is really, really grand.
Yes. What I love about this bedroom is the adjacencies to the outdoors and the spa. That little trickling sound of the spa really brings in an extra level of biophilic design. Opening up these beautiful pocket doors directly out towards nature, greenery, light, and of course the Las Vegas Strip.
Yes.
This is a great primary suite.
It's so calming.
It really
the water is like so calming. You just want to come here and relax.
Yes.
Beautiful. And then you have also the same glass visibility to the outside.
Correct.
From the bathroom.
Yes.
Okay.
And then for the primary bath, again, a little bit darker in tone, but still incorporating beautiful natural elements throughout.
Love it.
Trough sinks, beautiful bronze graph
Yeah.
plumbing fixtures throughout, even within the bathroom space, incorporating that indoor to outdoor. So whether you're laying in the tub or if you're taking a shower, you still have that connectivity to the outside.
Absolutely. This is a cool floating tub.
Very unique, one of a kind. And again, how do we create that landscape and make it feel like it's coming into
you feel like you're taking an outdoor bath experience here.
Yes.
Yeah. And then a steam shower.
Yes, another steam shower, dual rain heads, dual shower heads. There's nothing really better than a steam shower.
Very cool.
And then dual water closet as well. And then this closet, if somebody's wanting a little bit of extra space, this home has it.
Oh my goodness. Wow. It's not just here, guys. It goes beyond.
Yes.
Okay, wow. This is a huge closet.
Yes.
And if anybody wanted an additional island or something, they could do that here.
Yep, island, seating area, lounge. You know, there's extra space to customize it and make it your own.
Beautiful.
But this closet is very expansive.
Yes.
It also incorporates its own countertops, drawers, LED lighting, glass doors. And then one of the beautiful things about this closet is that it does tie directly into the laundry room. So you never have to feel like you're leaving your primary suite to make it to the laundry.
Genius. I think this is just, I don't know, whoever decided or came up with this idea of connecting the closet to the laundry is like game changer, right? You don't have to carry your, you know, your, what do you call those? The hampers to the laundry room to wash your clothes. You have easy access.
So right off of there,
Yep.
boom, you're right into the laundry room.
Amazing.
Washer, dryer, sink, plenty of storage.
Great.
And the wonderful thing is we're also right off the garage. So whether you're coming home and dropping off groceries, you're right into the kitchen, or if you're coming home from a trip and you want to get things directly into the washer and dryer and make your way into the primary suite, it's very functional, it's very thought through. You don't feel like you're having to go through, the front door and the side and trickle through to get to your primary spaces. This home's designed all around function and usability.
So let's talk about that for a second, because that's a lifestyle element that I want to highlight.
Yes.
So the buyer for a Pria really appreciated that the laundry room was right by the garage and right by her closet.
Right.
Because that was her lifestyle.
Yes.
She loved traveling. She had all her rollers. She just wanted to dump it here and then go into her primary closet. So I think this is a lifestyle that we really need to highlight for someone that want to buy a rise.
Yes.
Yeah. So garage over here. And how many cars did you say, Andrew?
This one's a 5-car garage.
5-car garage.
And then, of course, now we're right back into that prep kitchen.
Yes.
So it all flows seamlessly.
Yes.
And then, of course, back into our beautiful great room
Great.
and kitchen experience.
Nice. Right.
Rise has a media room downstairs as well as an additional bedroom.
Okay.
So we'll make our way over to the media room.
That'll be great. Wow, this bar is massive.
Yes, the bar's massive. And again, using these little moments to bring in natural light, outdoor elements. With a lot of homes and home builders, the side yards are just kind of left on their own. But what we like to do is use that as opportunities to bring in nature, light, and shadow throughout the home.
Yeah. And then the wall behind it too.
Yes.
Right?
Yep.
That's beautiful.
This is an entertainer's bar.
Yeah.
So beautiful countertop throughout, again, pulling some of the angles of the architecture into the counter itself.
Yes.
This bar has beautiful LED backlit shelves, great for displaying wine bottles, glasses, whiskey. And the beautiful thing is, whether you're here entertaining, you can look out towards the pool, you can look out towards the backyard, you can look out towards the strip.
Yes.
Here you feel like you can see all the spaces, yet you can really own the entertaining while still being behind the bar.
Yeah. I mean, look at this beautiful bar, and you've got a pool table here.
Yes.
And I've been to a party here. It's actually a pretty great venue for a party, a host party.
Yeah, and again, beautiful entertainment space, enough room for a pool table, seating. And again, what we like to do is we like to make the media spaces a little bit more cozy and more inviting, but we still have that beautiful picturesque view of the strip.
Amazing. So Andrew, what can we find upstairs?
So upstairs, it's almost like another home.
Yeah.
So there's another junior suite, an additional bedroom with its own loft deck as well.
Okay.
There is a loft area as well as a gym.
Okay. Well, let's take a look upstairs.
So upstairs here in the loft space, we have beautiful panoramic views of the strip.
Yes.
So whether you're downstairs or upstairs in this loft space, you still feel connected to the outdoors and out towards that view.
Beautiful. I can see the LED screen of Resorts World.
Yes.
And soon the Sphere is going to come on, right?
Yes.
Yeah. Wow. Beautiful. And this is the loft space?
Yes. So the loft space is directly adjacent to the downstairs great room. Wonderful space to entertain. This upstairs area has 2 bedrooms, one of them being a junior suite bedroom, and then a gym that could be used as a bedroom as well.
Yeah.
So if you have kids and they need their own space upstairs or grandkids, it feels like their own separate living room in a way.
Absolutely. And I just love the connectivity that you have. I mean, this is a very large home, but you could be entertaining and you have a party downstairs, but you still have some kind of connection between the first and the second level.
And then for our outdoor experience, we have a beautiful raised pool.
Yes.
With the black tile. Again, it looks like a sheet of glass at night.
It does.
This yard is very expansive. It has a beautiful turf area, raised spa outside of the primary, and of course, still plenty of areas to engage, hang out while you're barbecuing, really incorporating these architectural forms into the ground plane.
Beautiful. I love the raised pool and the spa, just different dimensions.
Yes.
Right? Yeah.
Yeah, different dimensions throughout. And then right off the media room, again, we have another outdoor seating area with the fire feature.
Nice.
Turf, sun loungers.
Oh.
So we're activating every point in the yard.
Whoever staged this did a really good job. Beautiful. And now obviously the sun's setting down. It's going to start twinkling over there. It's going to be a beautiful view at night.
Yes. And if you think this home looks awesome, it looks even better at night.
Yeah. Absolutely. Especially with our strip view, our ocean view, you have to do a showing at nighttime.
Yes.
So Andrew, as we wrap up the Arise tour, are there any other thoughts you'd like to share with us?
Yeah, one of the things that I'd like to share is everything about a Blue Heron home is thoughtfully designed and purposeful. So one of the amazing things that we're able to do is make sure that we're perfectly capturing views. So with this home in specific, to make sure that we, block those homes in front, really make sure that it's your own home and really enhance the experience. What we've actually done is we've designed the pool to be at the perfect height.
Okay.
So when you're sitting on the couch,
Yeah.
watching a movie or a show,
Yeah.
when you sit down and you're looking over the pool,
Okay.
all you do is you just see the strip almost floating over the water.
Oh my gosh, so we'll have to experience that now. You bet. Wow.
So the homes in front really start to disappear, and then, at nighttime, what you'll start to see is that strip line will actually start to reflect off of the pool.
So question, who comes up with these ideas and how long does it usually take to come up with an idea and put it into an actual design?
So a lot of these ideas are really something that's organic and innate in Blue Heron. It's something that's in all of our minds.
Yeah.
But throughout the design process, it could take around 6 to 8 months to design a home, 4 months for permitting.
Yeah.
But whether it be biophilic design, incorporating views, making sure that we frame these moments,
Yeah.
every single home is going to have that.
Wow, that's so special. And I think that really stands out as a Blue Heron home, especially in the Luminary collection that we're experiencing today with you guys. By the way, if we haven't met yet, konnichiwa, my name is Kaori Nagao, your global real estate advisor helping you find your new home. Whether it's a new construction home or a resale home anywhere in the world, I'll be more than happy to help you. Remember, I have referral partners through my Sotheby's network in every city, every market, so feel free to reach out to me for your real estate needs. Let's connect. Scan the QR code on the screen, or you can find my contact details in the description below. I love it when I hear from you, so keep engaging with me, comment, and let's keep going. We just arrived at house number 3. This is Pria, 716 Dragon Peak Drive, listed by Las Vegas Sotheby's International Realty. So Andrew, our third home, the last home, tell us about Pria.
Of course, this is one of the last homes for Blue Heron here on Dragon Peak Drive. This home is also architecturally significant and one of a kind. The home's 8,800 square feet, 5-bedroom, 5.5 bath, 6-car garage, and personally of the 3, one of my favorites.
All right, and we're gonna find out why it's personal favorite of Andrew's. All right, shall we start the tour?
Of course.
Okay, so starting with the circular driveway, and we have a dedicated gate, so let's talk about that.
Yes, so this home has its own dedicated driveway, its own gate.
Yes.
So the wonderful thing about McDonald Highlands and this property is that going into the community, it's already double gated. And what's better than double gated? Triple. So this property has its own gate.
Yes.
That really makes it more private and serene. This property is just under an acre, so it allows for a lot of space, a lot of vehicular storage and flow. And overall, this house just feels like it gets grander and grander the closer that you get to the backyard.
Absolutely. So we have a circular driveway, beautiful olive tree.
Yes.
Right? And then over here we have the garage. How many cars could fit in the garage bays?
So it's a 6-bay garage.
Okay.
It does also have its own storage in there as well. For those that like to tinker around and work on their own cars, there's storage in there. And there's, of course, plenty of space for extra vehicles throughout on this roundabout, as well as the additional parking on the side.
How many cars do you think could park here at once?
I think overall you can comfortably fit 10 or so.
Okay. Nice.
So, plenty of space for entertaining.
Amazing. And just want to do a quick shout out to Vegas Auto Gallery for their beautiful white Bentley for our Blue Heron Caravan today. Okay, let's go inside. Talk to us about the LED lights that we see here.
Yeah, so these are all different raised planters throughout. As the nighttime takes over, these turn into LED strips that go throughout.
Fantastic.
And the front of the home is all about these layering of elements. So you'll see different architectural forms that kind of overlap and layer.
Yes.
And then on a beautiful sunny day, you start seeing shadow gaps and light that trickles throughout. So
amazing.
Very much an inviting entrance that drives you into the entry.
Yes, and I could already see a fire feature from the entrance.
Yes.
How cool is that?
Yes, find another home where a fire feature greets you.
Yeah, I haven't seen many.
Yes.
Wow. So we're stepping up to the entrance, pivot door, and you're already on top of the world here.
Yes.
Yes. Wow. So talk to us about this linear fire feature.
Yeah, so right from the beginning, we like to incorporate, again, that biophilic element.
Yes.
A lot of the landscape rocking throughout is pulling from a lot of natural tones throughout the desert environment.
Yes.
This home we designed to almost feel like it's built into the mountainside, really pulling a lot of those natural elements. And of course, one thing that we love at Blue Heron is fire features and water elements.
Yeah.
So right from the front door, first thing that you see is that you're greeted with a 12-foot fireplace.
Wow.
And this beautiful black slate horizontal moment.
Yes.
And then beyond that, beautiful pool and view out towards the western mountains.
Yes. And I think there's 3 fire features in this home, right?
Correct.
Okay. We can't wait to see the third one.
So we start stepping down into the main entertainment kitchen great room side of the home.
Yes.
Again, pulling the exterior landscape in, inviting that biophilic element. Right now, it's almost hard to tell if you're indoors or outdoors.
Right.
Leading in that, that nature.
Exactly. And I love the different types of desert landscaping that you use as well. It's beautiful.
Here we actually start to invite you into the dining room space. So the dining room, again, beautiful bronze mirror.
Yes.
So at one end, you get to see the strip reflecting with the fire.
Yes.
And then, of course, one of the most amazing moments is actually sitting here, having dinner,
Yes.
looking over the flames out towards the Las Vegas Strip. So it really frames it, starts to bring in those natural elements.
Yes. And don't you love that, like, the fire element, right here in the front, and then you've got another fire element in the back.
Yes.
With the Las Vegas Strip as a backdrop. And I love that even this, you know, slider doors, like pocket over here.
Yeah,
right?
So using a pocket door system that almost acts as a window element, you know, it really starts to bring in that natural environment. And this home, you always feel like no matter what room you're in, that you're outside and you're connected to the outdoors.
Absolutely.
And then past the dining room, that's when we really start to get into the hub of the home, the great room and kitchen.
Yes.
So this kitchen space is very grand, very large. Again, another informal dining area directly adjacent to the kitchen.
Okay.
And personally, I just love the tonality and the color tones of this home. It's very grand, it's very professional, but very clean.
Yes.
I like the play of the gray tones and the woods throughout, but very much a beautiful kitchen.
Yeah, talk to us about this quartzite.
Yeah, so this is a beautiful polished quartzite slab, beautiful veining throughout. And then of course, what we always like to do is butterfly it so that it has that beautiful matching throughout. So the butterflying that's in the island itself is also mirrored in this beautiful backsplash behind the cooktop.
Very nice. I love it how you bring it all the way up.
Yes.
Very nice, including the shelving that you've done here.
Yes.
Yeah, and then the refrigerator and the freezer is over here.
Correct.
With appliances here. And then we also have a prep kitchen here too.
Yes, we have a full prep kitchen, and then right across from it is a beautiful pantry.
Okay.
Again, very functional.
Yeah.
Again, this brings us back into the dining room. So again, one of the key things about a Blue Heron home is not just the indoors, the outdoors, the connectivity, but also just the function of the home and making sure that it's practical and usable.
Yes, so we've had a party here, and we had the prep kitchen over here with our caterer. It was perfect, beautiful size.
Yes.
And just lots of shelving. And it's just nice to be able to kind of tuck everything here, right? And not be in the main kitchen.
It is.
Yeah.
And then adjacent to this beautiful kitchen, of course, is our great room.
Yes.
With direct connectivity to the outdoors. So one beautiful pocket door, and then of course our great room. Beautifully sized, beautiful corner pocket doors, really connecting you to the outdoors.
Yeah.
One thing that I love about this great room is how it also highlights the stair element with the wine room behind it.
Yes.
Again, that creation of layers and the thoughtfulness of creating different elements that's both inviting, but also visually appealing.
Yeah, I mean, this room is so special, right? It ties everything together, and the coloring, like you mentioned, Andrew, the gray, the wood element, it all just naturally blends together. It's such a beautiful space. Love Da Vinci fireplace here too.
Yes.
You could change the color, right, based on your mood, and really sets the tone.
It really does.
Yeah.
Wine cellar itself is a very unique moment.
Yes.
You know, going underneath this beautiful stairway.
Yes.
It really kind of creates its own moment, its own space.
Yes.
So tons of storage for display, still very close and adjacent to the entertainment space as well.
Yeah, but temperature control, so it's beautiful and perfect. And I love how it's just kind of tucked away, but such a beautiful design element because you can see it from the main area.
Right. Upstairs is where you'll find 2 bedrooms as well as the primary suite.
Okay.
As we come into the primary suite, what I love about it is that it's on a separate level from the entertainment floor.
Yes.
So this home is all about entertainment and then private spaces up top.
Yes.
So you're able to entertain, have guests over,
Yeah.
and then your primary, more private retreats are separated. So walking into the primary,
Yes.
again, full, you know, little
Yes.
kitchenette, so you're able to get up in the morning, make a coffee, and, you know, start your morning right. And then for the primary itself,
Yes.
you know, very beautiful. And what I love about it is just how these windows frame the strip view and all of the wonderful western mountains. What I love about this property is how it's situated on the site, and that not only is it just the Las Vegas Strip, but you have full western views of the valley.
Absolutely.
You don't feel like you have a neighbor directly adjacent to you. You feel like you're really encompassing this entire corner of the lot.
Absolutely. And I mean, we're on the hilltop here on the, you know, the last cul-de-sac home site. So you're really maximizing that view, not just the strip, but the mountains. And it's absolutely gorgeous.
And then even here on the second floor in the primary suite, we're still incorporating biophilic elements.
I noticed that.
You know, the light, the rock, the texture, the natural elements and plants, even here on the second floor. One thing that we really believe in is no matter what space you're in your home,
Yeah.
you can still incorporate those biophilic
That's
elements.
amazing.
And then here we go into the primary bathroom.
Okay.
First thing you see right at the beginning is that you're greeted out towards beautiful views.
Yes.
And this does have a shade pocket for privacy. And then of course our beautiful vanity. So here we had fun with doing a detail of glass and mirror.
Yes.
So
Talk about that.
we still have that beautiful transparency out towards the strip view, but as you step to the side and you're getting ready in the morning, you know, your mirror is seamlessly integrated into one unit.
And do you call this the Vegas modern bathroom?
Yep, so this would be like a Vegas modern bathroom. And of course, with our Vegas modern philosophy, it's ever changing. So the wonderful thing is, you know, whether it be this home or the next one, it'll always be unique and different, but encompassing that Vegas modern style.
I just love this glass and mirror combo. Such a genius way to do it, because you really want to admire this beautiful strip view while you're getting ready, but at the same time you need your mirror to get ready, right? Yeah. And then over here we have 2 water closets.
Yes, 2 water closets, beautiful shower, floating tub with its own tub filler. And again, what I would love is, you know, taking a bath, looking out towards the view and the city lights throughout the night.
This is pretty dramatic. Like we're really on a cliff, right?
Yes.
So yeah, you have nobody below you and you could just really admire these beautiful mountain views. I wonder if there's wildlife here.
Oh yeah, there's definitely bighorn sheep that come through, and it's definitely a unique property.
Yeah. And talk to us about the textured tile, because I'm seeing it everywhere. Is that something that you're seeing as well a lot?
Yeah, no, the textured tile is a fun way to add different feelings throughout the home.
Yeah.
Even an aspect of biophilic design is texture and feel.
Okay.
So, you know, it's actually adding a lot of different relief throughout the home and another level of elegance.
Yeah,
So.
we'll see that throughout the home.
Yes.
So I heard about this runway-like closet here at Pria.
Yes.
Yes.
It's very much a runway closet. What I love about it is that it, you know, creates a separation of space.
Yes.
This will be my closet. That will be yours.
Okay.
Yeah, so it's very usable. I love the deep countertop spaces. You know, space where you can hang clothes, but at the same time, if you need to make space for suitcases, you know, it's very functional and usable. Lots of drawer and LED strip lighting.
Yeah.
And then, of course, still incorporating beautiful views even within a closet.
Yeah. I love the window in the closet. There's lots of that LED lights and just, you know, drawers and everything. It's really nice. And then I noticed that you have the laundry room connected. So that's wonderful.
So right off the primary, again, very functional, very usable. The nice part is that there are 2 additional bedrooms on this floor, so they have direct access to the laundry as well.
Amazing.
Now back at the entryway, on this side of the home, we have an office as well as a media room.
Okay.
And then upstairs is its own private junior suite.
Beautiful.
So off to the right here, we have your own dedicated office.
Yes.
Right off the entryway.
Wow.
Again, a great way to invite people over, but not into the entire home.
Exactly.
Again, nicely sized space, and of course, beautiful western views looking into the backyard and these mountains.
It's beautiful. Which home do you like best? Comment below. I'd love to hear from you.
And then as we continue down, we do have a gym on the right. And one of the fun, unique components of this home, of course, is the pop-up TV.
Pop-up TV. So it's a structural upgrade. How did this come up?
Yeah, so what we wanted to do is, as much as this is a media room, it's also meant to be another, you know, entertainment hangout space, small casual. What we like to have with our media rooms is have it be multifunctional. So if you're just having a small conversation or entertaining and you don't want TV or sports around, you're able to have direct connection to the outdoors. So with the push of a button, the TV can drop down into the floor, and then you have direct floor to glass out towards the strip view and the nature.
Amazing. Such a great idea.
Yes.
Yes.
And then, of course, beautiful bar. Again, another lovely leathered countertop.
Yes. Very nice.
This space is a little bit more moody, but it kind of adds to that feel of almost like your own speakeasy lounge.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, love the coloring, love the bronze mirror finish and the LED lighted floating shelf. We've hosted a party here, and this was where the happening spot was.
Yeah.
And then Andrew, you said upstairs is the junior suite.
Correct.
So it just kind of has its own private area, right, for that big junior suite. And then below you, you have your entertainment media room.
Yep. So it's very much a multi-purpose, you know, home, and that's what we were thinking about when we were designing it. Is that it could be used as an entertainer. It could be used as, you know, when you're hosting parties, you almost have a media room that connects to the backyard and the great room. Or if it's almost a multi-family scenario to where if you have your parent moving in and they need a place to stay,
Yeah.
they almost have their own dedicated kitchen and great room off of their own suite upstairs. So
Amazing.
this home can function for multitudes of family types.
That's fantastic.
So outside of the media room,
Yes.
you have another beautiful pocketing door.
Yes.
And right when you step outside, you're in a covered space that's protected during the summer suns.
Wonderful.
And with a few steps down, you have a beautiful TV monument.
Okay.
So again, if you're watching sports or entertaining, new big fight in town, you have displays right outside of the media room
Perfect.
for that. And then of course a built-in seating area with the fire feature.
Yes.
And then directly behind us again is that beautiful strip view. So whether you're indoors or outdoors, you have that view.
Yeah, let's just take a moment to admire this strip view because it's now kind of lighting up, right, at this twilight hour. And then you're really on top of a hill, so you could really see this panoramic view, right? There's no homes in front of us.
Right.
It's just amazing. And this is our ocean view.
Yes, it is.
So yeah, love the fire features, throughout. So there's obviously 3, but with that reflection in the bronze mirror,
it's kind of a 4th.
Yeah, it's a 4th. Yeah.
So we have this beautiful walkway that brings you back to the home, back into the great room and kitchen space.
Yeah.
And this property is so large that there's multiple areas. So if you have grandchildren or pets, we have this awesome, beautiful turf area directly adjacent. And again, especially right here, you almost feel like you're on top of the world.
Yeah, absolutely.
No neighbors, very open on the western side. And of course, there's even areas beyond the media room where, you can add an extra turf area or trampoline or, there's a lot of flexibility with this site.
Yeah.
And then here we come to our 3rd fire pit area. So again, very focused on gathering, more intimate conversations. Here I almost wish we had a little packet of s'mores and start cooking away.
Yeah.
But also just a great central spot during the summertime. If you want to relax, hop out of the pool.
Right.
You can lounge here and have that connectivity.
Yeah. And talk about this pool. So it's raised from this elevation, but kind of more flat from like the upper elevation, right?
Yeah. So with this site, we wanted to play a lot with different elevations and heights. So the great room and kitchen's a different height than the entry. The media area outside is at its own different level. These are all about creating different vertical moments.
Yeah.
So this allows for different areas of connectivity. So this almost makes it a little bit more private in a way.
It does, yeah.
And it really starts to separate these separate moments. So if you have different individuals over, if the kids have their friends over and you're having your own time, they actually become different social environments.
That's amazing. And we even have another social environment up here.
Yes, it just keeps coming.
Yeah.
So of course, directly right off this great room, we have this beautiful pool.
Yes.
Again, with this black tile, black finish.
Yes.
Here, I really start to feel like I'm standing at the edge of the world.
Yes. Yes. Absolutely. Stunning.
And again, 600 square foot limitation. The spa is directly integrated into the pool, but it has this nice little waterfall detail.
Yes.
Again, playing with the elevation, creating different moments. This one does have a waterfall edge, so you hear a little bit of a trickle. Again, adding that element of biophilic design of sound of water.
Nice.
But the beautiful thing about this home is, again, not just one covered area, we have 2.
Oh, yeah.
So again, it's all about those different interactions, creating different environments and social environments.
And this is where the outdoor grilling happens. So
correct.
Let's take a look here.
All right, so just outside of that kitchen great room area that we talked about earlier, we have the beautiful stonework that wraps outside, biophilic elements, and of course, a full area for barbecuing.
Very nice.
As well.
Yes. Let's get your refrigerator, sink, and your grill.
Yes.
Fantastic. So you could be grilling here in the shaded area, which is so nice, right?
Yes.
And then look out. You'll obviously have an outdoor table here and a lounging area, and then you've got your backdrop, the strip view.
All right.
Yeah. There's so many outdoor elements to this home. It's amazing.
Yes, it really is. And for this home, as much as the interior is impressive and bringing that natural element in, this home we also kind of played with bringing the indoors out.
Yes. So I know, Andrew, earlier you said this was one of your favorite homes. What areas do you like the most and why?
For me, it really is this outdoor experience.
Okay.
Finding a property in Las Vegas that has this much outdoor space that feels this private and secluded is getting rarer and rarer by the day. And for having a new built home with all of this outdoor space is truly one of a kind.
Yeah, I agree. All right, everybody, this concludes our Blue Heron Caravan today with Andrew Kennedy. Thank you, Andrew, so much for joining us and giving us a tour.
Yes, thank you. It's been a pleasure.
We'll have to do another video soon.
Yes, we will.
But so thank you so much, you guys, for watching. I really appreciate it. If you're new to my channel, thank you so much for finding me. It'll make me really happy if you could smash that subscribe button and hit that notification bell so you're made aware of my weekly content. I love it when I hear from you, so keep engaging, and I cannot wait to see you on the next one.